Hi everyone. So on Google Classroom, I did post a worksheet on practice with measures of angles and arcs and circles. So I just wanted to go through a couple of examples with you guys because I know we went over a lot of rules pertaining to the angles and circles. All right, so I'm going to go through a few examples in this video and then I'm going to leave the rest for you to try on your own, and I'll post the answer key up on Google Classroom. Okay. So the first one that I wanted to take a look at was number 1. Okay, so number 1 says that in circle O below, AB is a diameter and the measure of angle AOC is 60 degrees. Okay, so AOC is a central angle, right? Remember, a central angle is formed by 2 radii. And a central angle is always equal to its intercepted arc. So if that central angle is 60 degrees, we know that arc AC is also 60 degrees. Okay, now they're asking for the measure of angle COB. So angle COB is also a central angle, all right? So that's going to be equal to its intercepted arc. So that angle intercepts arc CB. All right. Now, since AB is a radius, we know this is half a circle. So there's 180 degrees in half a circle. So arc CB has to be 120. Okay, so that's going to make the measure of angle COB equal to 120 degrees. All right. Another one that I think we should maybe take a look at is number 4. All right, so number 4, hopefully you recognize, is an inscribed angle. That was the second type of angle we went over. So an inscribed angle is an angle whose vertex is on the circle and it's formed by 2 chords. Okay, so an inscribed angle is half its intercepted arc. So in this example, x is just half of 80. So here, x is 40 degrees. Okay, if you take a look at number 5 is also dealing with an inscribed angle. All right, just be careful because this time they give you the angle. All right, so that means that the intercepted arc is going to be twice that amount. So x is going to be 2 times 115. So in this case, that arc is 230 degrees. Okay, so those were the first 2 types of angles that we went over. All right, the next one that I want to take a look at is number 12. Okay, so number 12, it's actually, the picture is on the page before it. So it says arc AC is 30 and arc DB is 50. What's the measure of angle 1? Okay, so this we went over in the last video. So angle 1 is formed by 2 intersecting chords. So remember, an angle formed by 2 intersecting chords is equal to the sum of the intercepted arcs divided by 2. So they said in that example that AC was 30 degrees and DB was 50 degrees. Okay, so the measure of angle 1 is going to be 30 plus 50 divided by 2. All right, so that's 80 divided by 2, which works out to be 40. So that would be choice C. Okay. Number 14. Okay. 14 is an angle formed by a chord and a tangent. So this one says that if arc QS is 120 degrees, what's the measure of angle SQR? So an angle formed by a chord and a tangent is half its intercepted arc. So this angle is just going to be half of 120. So that works out to be 60. All right. Another one to go over is number 16. Okay, so 16, this is dealing with an exterior angle. All right, so remember, the exterior angle, it's the same in all three situations. It's the far arc minus the near arc divided by 2. Okay, so in this case, angle P is going to be 80 minus 60 divided by 2. So that's going to be 20 divided by 2, which is 10. So choice A. All right, another one that I think we should take a look at is 17. Okay, so 17 says angle P, the external angle is 42 degrees, and the measure of arc RT is 148 degrees. So that's the far arc. All right, and it's asking what's the measure of QS, which is represented by the near arc. Okay, so for an example like this, we're going to set up a proportion. All right, so we're going to set this up as 42. Oops. Equals 148 minus x divided by 2. Okay, so we can cross multiply. So we get 84 equals 148 minus x. All right, then if I subtract 148 on both sides, we're going to get negative 64. And then if we divide by negative 1, x is going to be 64 degrees. So that's the measure of the near arc. All right, rest of the examples I think you guys should be okay with on your own. All right, we went over pretty much one of every type of rule. So if you have any questions or comments, you can message me on Google Classroom or shoot me an email, and then you guys will have a Google form due on Friday. All right, hope this was helpful.